Hey guys, it's Dale from Evil Aliens. We've had some really positive feedback about our game Orbitor, but we've also had some feedback saying that people didn't know how the game actually played and what the game mechanics were. So I've thrown together this little simple demo level with no decorations or anything, just some orbital objects in the scene, just to take you through some of this stuff. So the gameplay is pretty simple. I just fly through orbital systems and I capture objects by orbiting them. And I'm on a captured object at the moment, and you can tell that it is because the orbit ring around it is orange. So I need to find a blue one, and there goes one. So what I'm going to do is boost off using my boost button and enter the gravity ring of that object, do a full 360 and cross my trail, and that captures the object. So all I do is continue to do that and move on to the next object. So I'll boost off and see if I can find another one. There we go. Enter, cross my trail, and capture the object. Simple stuff. So I'm going to speed up again. Now I'm going to boost off this time, but I'm going to press my trajectory button, and this is going to slow down time, and it's going to give me the exit trajectory of my orbiter, which makes it easy to aim where I want to go. And then I can press boost and boost off into the next object, and that allows me to do or boost from object to object really quickly and with a great deal of precision. You notice when I hold down my tracking mode button, I get a HUD, and it shows the velocity of the orbiter, how fast it's going. It shows its temperature and also the energy, and the energy powers the tracking mode, and it also powers the shield. So if the energy gets to 0, the shield has no power, and if I strike something like so, then I'll die. I'm not going to die now because I'm really not taking a great deal of damage. When I'm not in an orbit, I can also speed up as well by holding my boost button, which is the same one as exiting an object. So I can exit and then hold down boost again, and I can speed up. And you can see I'm only going about half speed now, and I've gained a fair bit of speed. Holding down the boost button also heats up the orbiter, and if I get to 100% heat, then I explode myself. And I can also gain heat by orbiting hot objects like this sun looking object in the center here, and you'll notice the alarms start going and the screen starts shaking. Okay, so I'm going to track this system over here, and you can see it's a much more complicated system. We've got parent-child or orbital systems around an orbital object, and this is where I really need to use my trajectory mode to aim to the next object. Speeding up as I do, and I'm actually speeding up by turning into the object, so I can speed up by turning in and out of the object. So I want to speed up, go through and slowly capture these objects and try and do the whole system. So as we get further into the game, we get more abilities, and we're able to disrupt the objects themselves. And this kind of complicates things when we're talking about an orbital system. So if I go and orbit an object, you notice I'm disrupting it, and it's now going to explode and throws me off of it, and it also damages me at the same time. So I need to orbit an object and then move on to the next object before they explode. And it gets really complicated when I go to the parent object and destroy it, and you'll notice that the orbits now fly off because the parent is destroyed, and it becomes a little bit chaotic. So the orbital objects contain an energy source, and this energy source kind of has a personality. When we disrupt the objects, they're released, and they tend to fly off and try and get away from us, but we need them. We have to go and absorb them, and you notice when I do, my HUD, a little energy HUD sort of shows up on the outside there. So let me just orbit this object. So I release them, and then I need to go chase them. Once I have enough energy, I can go to the warp gate, which is in the level somewhere, and I can power it up. And this is just a makeshift one, just as an example. and then I shoot myself into the warp gate and I warp off to the next level. And if we want to, we can actually have hundreds of them on screen at once, which is it's pretty awesome. And they all flock together, they all attract to one another and behave as one organism. As the player flies through the orbital systems in the story mode, they can scan them and save them off as simulations. And this allows them to come back and play them again in what is essentially our arcade mode. And we add points, achievements, and a high score table, and they can also compete against one another. So we still have a lot of features we'd like to put into the game, and there's a fair bit of stuff we'd like to keep secret, but we'll try and keep you posted and up to date. Hopefully you have a better idea of what Orbitor's about, but until we release, feel free to check us out on Steam's Greenlight, on Facebook, and at evilaliens.co.
Oh.